let's start the discussion now. I would like to initiate this entire discussion with Mr. Pranav, because it's a partner platform, and Brands is also in the panel, but we'd like to start with a partner. You are the one of the leading national distributor. So we all are aware about how the things have changed in last 1.5 years. We all were in a situation where saving our lives were important than running the business. But fortunately, we all were into an industry which helped entire mankind. Yes, technology played very important role for any business to survive. We all know that. But there was something which was required from a leading distributor like you to do. So my first part of query is for you, how the entire landscape of distribution had changed in last 1 year since the outbreak of pandemic, and how it changed the approach for Iris Global towards distribution business.
Yeah, very good morning to all of you. And thank you for coming over here and sparing your time, precious time over here on this event. I would also like to thank Rajiv and entire DT team for conducting such a wonderful event, and which is required for the channel growth, as rightly said by Rajiv also. Coming back to Rajiv, your question as how the landscape has changed. We all are aware that there were a lot of challenges which this pandemic has brought for us in last 1.5 years. And the challenges like the projects getting delayed, the payment getting held up. On one side, the demand for server storage and data center got reduced. On other side, the demands for laptop and low-end UPS has got increased. And this was further aggravated by the fact that component shortage and all those things. Plus, in some segments, we were supposed to supply only Make in India products. So this brought two kind of changes. One was positive, one was negative change. In terms of positive, I must say that we really worked hard along with our partners, and we ensured that all the opportunity-based projects we are there. BFSI, we are there, and we ensured that our revenue didn't drop. We continue to grow as per our estimates and all those things. The second was that because of this effort of ours, we were able to gather a lot of backlog so that we can seamlessly sail through our subsequent quarters. Apart from that, we also got a huge opportunity from the healthcare segment for the power solutions, which we grabbed with both the hands, and we ensured that seamless execution of those orders happened. We also tied up with a lot of Make in India products so that we can address the requirement of those particular segment which wanted the Make in India products also. So these were the positive parts. The negative part is that, as I've already told, that projects got delayed and payments got impacted adversely. And so as to mitigate that risk, we started further pushing our due diligence in all the projects. Actually, we were mapping our end customers also, end to end, who is the decision maker, how the order will flow, how the payment will flow, so as to mitigate that risk. So this is how the landscape changed for us, and we acted accordingly, and we were able to sail through this pandemic successfully. Thank you.
Yeah, well said, sir, because the entire pandemic, we should not talk about the negative things, but the positive is very much to inspire all of us to do better in coming days. Pranav, sir, apart from work from home and learn from home, what all business opportunities do you see for partners you are associated with?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to second the thought of both Sanjeev and Ajay. Vendor has been very supportive to the distributor community as well as the partner. And we also felt that this is the time, last 1.5, 2 years, we have to stand by our partners, so we did that. So thank you very much for all our vendors for supporting us during these trying times. Regarding the opportunity, I feel that there is a lot of potential there in the Whitefield locations like Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, because a lot of investments are being made by government over there. Not only government, even private sector is investing a lot of over there. A lot of AIMs are coming, IIMs are coming, a lot of education institutes, highways are getting built. So a lot of investment are happening over there. So that is one part. Second is, I think a lot of AI-based product will have a lot of demand coming in the near future. When I say AI-based product, it will be mainly from the healthcare segment and the education segment, which I feel. When I say healthcare segment, we have got a lot of inquiries coming wherein the healthcare corporates are asking for the AI-based laptop, AI-based tablets, wherein the nurses or doctor will feed the information about the patient, and the doctor will get real-time information of the patient from the IoT-based devices which are there on patient's body. And once doctor gets the information about the patient, whether he is critical, whether he requires any more attention, so he can act upon that accordingly. Even that device can, AI-based device can directly update pharmacy that these medicines are getting depleted. You have to again replenish those medicines. So those kind of AI-based technology, I feel so is coming in the near future. When I say about the education segment, we all are aware, right? Our kids are there using the smart classrooms and all those things. So the next generation AI devices will now take over, wherein the real-time information will happen, right? There is no need to take physical attendance, which is already happening. Going forward, which I foresee is that, I mean, you'll have the AI-based cameras, wherein at the end of the lecture or end of the session, teacher will be able to say which, by the facial expression of the kid, whether that kid is interested in particular lecture or not. So, I mean, they can then decide and tell parents that your kid is interested in maths, your kid is interested in arts, so that you can make their future in maths or arts. Even the school management can feel that, I mean, this teacher is not giving lecture properly, all the kids are not very interested in that particular subject. So I think that kind of technology will take over in the near future. So these are the two potential which I foresee is there for our channel partners.
Yeah, so means this is really interesting to see how AI will change the we see each one of you and each segments like education, which is really very much, क्योंकि जैसे जैसे आजकल हाइब्रिड मॉडल में या फिर बच्चे भी पढ़ रहे हैं, सो ये कंसर्न हमेशा पेरेंट्स का रहता है, बट AI क्या इन सब टेक्नोलॉजी है या फिर हेल्थ में जैसे आपने कहा, तो पार्टनर्स को इन सब जो एरियाज हैं इन पे ध्यान देने की ज़रूरत है कि कहाँ पे किस तरह के जो डिमांड्स हैं आ सकते हैं, और हमें उसकी तरह अपने जो ब्रांड्स हैं या फिर हमारे जो नेशनल डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स हैं उनसे एसोसिएट होने की ज़रूरत है इन सब अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ को टैप करने के लिए. राइटली सेड सर. तो प्रणव सर, यही आपसे सवाल यही रहा कि व्हाट ऑल एक्सपेक्टेशंस डू यू हैव फ्रॉम योर लार्ज पार्टनर नेटवर्क एंड हाउ यू आर वर्किंग क्लोजली विद देम टू हैव विन-विन सिचुएशन फॉर एंटायर इकोसिस्टम एंड योर एडवाइस फॉर देम, टिप्स.
So from large channel partners, we have only one expectation, that they should use their working capital more judiciously and in a more disciplined way, because it impacts the entire ecosystems directly or indirectly. For win-win situation, since I have told you earlier also that we are known to execute big projects, which other find complex, we are specialists in executing the big projects. So in that sense, we work very closely with our partners so as to make it a win-win situation. Right from the beginning, right from the inception of the case, we map the end customer, not only the channel partner, we map the end customer, who is the decision maker, what will be the order flow, what will be the payment flow, and when the payment will come, how it will come. So all those things we do so that our payment is clear. And secondly, for partner, we make partner also party to win-win situation. We encourage them to use leasing and financing facilities. Right, in big projects, I mean, they get the funding also, they get the deferred payment option also. So we encourage our partners to use leasing and financing option also. And one thing I would like to mention finally is that in our endeavor to serve our partner better, HPFS has been quite helpful to us, wherein they have funded large projects and we were able to execute all the projects seamlessly. So these are the two advices I have for the partners. Thank you.
So very crucial and very informative. Partner should work in these directions and should get in touch with the IRIS Global Services, who are the leading national distributor of India. So we'll wrap up this discussion. But एक query हम ले सकते हैं अगर physically कोई सवाल है हमारे panelists के लिए तो.
My question is to Mr. Pranav. So Mr. Pranav, I'm from Ingram Micro. My name is Ankit Mathur, and I'm from Cloud Marketplace of Ingram. So I just want to ask, have you experienced any surge in a demand of cloud solutions in past 1 year, and how we can enable more partners around cloud solutions so that we can cater to the requirement, considering that this business will be a recurring revenue stream for them. So how we can do that?
So first of all, I'd like to thank you for this question. cloud has become a very underrated statement as per my learning and whatever understanding I have. Cloud is a much bigger picture actually. Cloud includes not only the cloud, the storage part of it, the different platform as a services or software as a services. It includes a big gamut of other this thing also. As I've told that partner can definitely look into the artificial intelligence, which is again linked, IoTs, which is linked again. Various devices are talking to each other, right? I mean, if you want to, now smart homes are there, right? If you want to switch on your electricity sitting over here, you can just switch on that. That is the usage of cloud only. So not only cloud, not only the run-of-the-mill products, whatever we are hearing today, cloud is a much bigger picture actually. So there are various products, I must say that, I mean various other complementary technology, I must say, like IoT, then you have artificial intelligence, you have machine learning, you have different other technologies also, wherein partner can definitely learn about those technologies and can incorporate in their daily business routine. I think I have answered your question.
So my second question was how we can enable partners around these cloud solutions, because as you rightly said, there is a huge gamut of solutions that we have. So how we can enable those?
It is very simple. I mean, you have to educate your partners. I mean, more and more partners, not only the T1 or T2 partners, you have to approach your T3 partners also, right? I mean, the opportunity lies, as I've told earlier also, opportunity lies not only in the A class or A plus class of city, opportunity lies in the wide field areas like, as I've mentioned, Jammu, Kashmir, Ladakh, and all other smaller cities also. So I think you have to educate your partner, you have to regularly keep the trainings, regularly keep webinars, and you have to help them get certified in the technology. Once they are aware about the technology, they will be able to induct in their daily business routine, and then they can pitch it to their customers and then take the technology forward. So I think that is the solution we have.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for your queries. Mr. Pranav is here around, so you may have a conversation further with any other queries what you have.